Guys, welcome back to another video on the channel, and today this is game week 11 of the Premier League predictions. Obviously it's so mad, like it's nearly the end of the season already, but yeah, let's get into the video. Alright then, so the first game is Southampton versus Aston Villa. So obviously, you know, Villa haven't really been too great recently. They've lost the last 4 Premier League consecutive games. They've lost the last 4 Prem consecutive games, which isn't really too good. Southampton though, picking up a big 1-0 win against Watford. Sorry, so you know, that's a big win for it was a big win for Southampton, to be honest, but to be fair, I think Villa are really going to struggle. I think they were very, very poor against West Ham. They were just appalling. No one was good for me. I watched the game and Villa were quite crap. So, yeah, I'm just going to get into it. I'm sorry, Villa. Southampton are going to win this one. Southampton 2, Aston Villa 1. 2-1 to Southampton. Alright then, so the next game is the Manchester Derby. It's the big one. The biggest game of the weekend. Why is it a 12:30 kick-off? No idea. But yeah, it is. Man United against Man City at Old Trafford. So yeah, obviously, yet again, Ronaldo saving United in the Champions League again. I think United should rename their club to Ronaldo FC at the moment, because Ronaldo is saving them. Ronaldo is literally saving Manchester United at the moment. For City, though, they did win quite comfortably against Bruges 4-1. And City fans weren't really that confident going into that Bruges game, obviously, after losing to Crystal Palace. So yeah, but City beating Bruges quite easily 4-1, and they are in pole position in their Champions League group. But to be honest, this will be a very, very good game. Obviously, for United, they're missing Varane, Lindelof and Pogba, which isn't too great, but for City, they're not really missing 2 big players. They're really missing Torres and Laporte. So the good thing is for City, it will probably be Stones and Diaz together in that back two. So that's quite good for Man City, to be honest. And to be honest, looking at the league, even City are 3rd, United are 5th. City, I think, goes 2nd if they win. United 17th. I think United can go back into the top 4 with a win. I think they could go to 3rd. I don't really know, but yeah, I think my prediction for this game, United, you know, their last home game, they lost 5-0 at home to Liverpool, and then their last home game before that, they drew 1-0 with Everton. So yeah, it's not really going too great for It's not really going too great for United, so I'm going to back City. United 1, City 2, 2-1 to City. Right, then, so the next game, it is Brentford versus Norwich. So obviously, Norwich, to be fair, I know they lost to Leeds, but I think they were actually quite good. I think Norwich were very, very good against Leeds. And I know they lost, but that young Irish defender, he is very good. Very good. He scored, so very good. But yeah, for Brentford there, they got absolutely battered by Burnley. And that is very bad. Very, very bad indeed for Brentford. Well, to be fair, they have to play their second choice keeper in goal, so Brentford are going to struggle for clean sheets. And in my opinion, again, I think this is another game Norwich could win. And to be honest, this is going to be a massive statement for me. I think Norwich are going to win. I think Norwich are going to beat Brentford. They're going to go to Brentford, because I think they were really good against Leeds. They were very good. So I'm going to back Norwich here. Brentford 0, Norwich 1. 1-0 to Norwich. I've said it. Norwich are going to beat Brentford. Alright then, so the next game, it is Chelsea up against Burnley. So obviously, Burnley beating Brentford by 3-1. If I'm correct, that is Burnley's first win of the season. Oh God, there we go. But it is Burnley's first win of the season, and I think Burnley were really good against Brentford. Obviously, they got goals, and as I said, Brentford, they have to play their second choice keeper, so they are going to struggle for a few games. But for Burnley, obviously, I think the last time they beat Chelsea at Stamford Bridge was the first game of the season in 2017, where I think Chelsea had to defend the title and they lost to Burnley. I think it was 3-2, so to Burnley. So yeah, but if you have to compare that Chelsea team in 2017 to the Chelsea team now, the Chelsea team now is much better, much better. You've got Werner, Lukaku, Havertz, Ziyech, Mount. So many good players. So many good players, and for Burnley, I think they are going to struggle. Like Chelsea got like Rudiger, they're so good at the moment. And for me, Chelsea are going to comfortably beat Burnley. Chelsea 3, Burnley 0, 3-0 Chelsea. Piece of cake. Alright then, so the next game we move on to quite a good game in my opinion. Crystal Palace against Wolves. And obviously Palace beating City. Who expected that? Palace to beat City. Is it me? Or why do Palace do really well at the Etihad? I do not know. But yeah, they are taking on Wolves on Saturday afternoon. So Wolves got a big dub against Everton. They move into the European places. And this is going to be quite a difficult game for Wolves because Palace are doing quite well at the moment. I think attacking wise are doing good. Benteke, Zaha, Olise. They're doing quite well, in my opinion. Defensively, I think that's where they're struggling, so I think that's a big opportunity where Wolves can get some goals. But Wolves defensively, they're actually alright to be fair, but Palace, their attack is quite good. Obviously, they played City, they won 2-0. They got a clean sheet against Man City. So, the defence against City was quite good, but will that defence turn up tomorrow against Wolves? I don't know. But in my opinion, I think Palace are going to win this one. It's going to be a tough game. But I'm going to back Palace 2-1 to Crystal Palace. Alright then, so the next game, it is the 5:30 kickoff where Brighton take on Newcastle United. And for Newcastle though, for Newcastle they're not really doing too great. I think they should rename their ground to Reece James Park, as Reece James absolutely destroyed them. Because Reece James, mate, what a player. As a Tottenham fan, he is actually quite good. So so yeah, I think Newcastle, in my opinion, I think they are going to struggle at the Amex because Brighton, they're doing quite decent at the moment. I know their last home game they got battered by City, but that's City. They're literally one of the best teams in the world. So yeah. For Brighton though, are they the best team in the world? I don't know because they lost to Palace, but yeah, for Brighton though, I think they have to win this game. You know, Brighton, they drew with Liverpool, and I watched that game. On his goal, so yeah, shout out to them. But I think Brighton were very, very good. I think one player who was very good was Leandro Trossard. He just put the ball in the back of the net. And like, Brighton did absolutely really good against Liverpool. So if you can draw to Liverpool at Anfield, I think you should be beating Newcastle. And I think Brighton will beat Newcastle. Brighton 2, Newcastle 0, 2-0 Brighton. Pardon me, but okay, so the next game, we kick off our Super Sunday at the Emirates, where Arsenal take on Watford. Now Watford losing to Watford losing to Southampton, and not really too great to be fair. It was a good goal, no chance for Ben Foster. But fun fact. A Zaktomiski fact, the Arsenal training ground is next door to the Watford training ground. How mad is that? So let's see Arsenal could peek over and see what Watford are doing, and Watford can see what Arsenal are doing. It's just mad. The Arsenal and the Watford training ground are literally right next to each other. So yeah, it's actually quite mad. But yeah, will there be a bit of cheating looking at the training? Ooh, who knows? But for me, I think Watford are going to struggle in this one. Arsenal have been doing very well. They've got their form back, and I think they should win this game easily. For me, I think they will win. Arsenal 2, Watford 0. 2-0 home win to Arsenal. Alright, but now we move on to another game on Super Sunday. It's another 2 o'clock kickoff. It involves my club Tottenham. It's Everton against Spurs. And Everton, they lost to Wolves. We won yesterday against Vitesse in Antonio Conte's first game at the club. But Conte, I did watch the post-match interview, and he said that we played really well. And second half, I think we did struggle defensively. I think that's where we need to improve, in my opinion. And apparently Ryan Mason could be added to like an assistant manager, if you get what I mean. Because that's what I've seen from the Daily Mail. But that's the Daily Mail. It probably won't happen. But yeah, for me, we're going to Goodison Park. Obviously, last time we went to Goodison Park, we drew. But it's going to be Rafa Benitez versus Antonio Conte, 2 managers who have won trophies. This is going to be quite a good game. But I think Everton defensively, obviously, we've got Kane, Son, and Ndombele. We've got some good attacking players. So I think Everton defensively will struggle. And I think you could say the same with Spurs. They have Richarlison, Damari Gray and other players. But Everton recently, I think they haven't really been too good. I think they were quite poor against Wolves, sorry. But for me, I think we will win this one. Second win under Conte. First Premier League win for Conte away. 2-1 Spurs. Alright then, so the next game, we move on to another 2 o'clock kickoff. It is Leeds United against Leicester. So, Leeds, obviously, they scraped, you could say basically they scraped a win. They basically scraped a win against Norwich, which is quite poor for Leeds, but Leeds, they've started appalling. I think they're like 17th in the league. Leicester, they drew 1-1 last night with Spartak Moscow, and apparently Leicester were quite poor. And to be honest, Ollie was watching the game, and he said the game was quite boring. So if the game was boring, Leicester must have played very poor. But obviously, big up to Spartak, who drew 1-1 with Leicester, both teams dropping 2 points. But yeah, for Leicester, they obviously want to win this game. Leeds aren't doing great, but for me, you could say this is a big opportunity for Leeds to get a win here. But for me, I think Leicester are going to win this one. Leeds 0, Leicester 2, 2-0 to the Foxes. Alright then, so the last game, it is West Ham versus Liverpool. And obviously West Ham, I think they drew yesterday with Genk. Liverpool beating Atletico Madrid and qualifying for the next round of the Champions League. And I can't lie, Liverpool are unreal at the moment. No one can beat them. I know Brighton drew to them, but still they didn't lose. Liverpool are too good at the moment. They cannot be defeated. But will they be defeated at West Ham? West Ham at home, they're all right. I think their last home game, West Ham, I think they beat Spurs 1-0. I think that was their last home game. I don't know. But for me, I think Liverpool, I think they should go to the London Stadium and easily pick up the 3 points, because that's how good Liverpool are at the moment, in my opinion. Liverpool are too good. They are too good. They've got Salah, Mane, Jota, Firmino, Keita. They're too good, Liverpool. And for me, Liverpool are going to walk out of the London Stadium with 3 points. West Ham 1, Liverpool 3, 3-1 Liverpool. Okay guys, so I hope you enjoyed the video. Smash the like button, subscribe. See you in the next one.